Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celebrate Black Excellence. I'm your digital host, Carlton T. Clay. This is a Father's Day edition. So the perfect way to celebrate Father's Day on Celebrate Black Excellence is to do an interview with my dad. I am here with Kenneth Clay. How you doing today, Dad?
I'm doing fine.
Good. Well, thank you for being here. Appreciate you
for
for seeing where I work and hear what I do.
Oh, yeah.
So what you think so far?
I'm excited. I mean, this is my first time in the studio, and I'm just amazed at all the stuff that goes on here.
Well, let's get started with you. First of all, happy Father's Day. We definitely appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
From me and all of your children and grandchildren.
Okay.
For just a little bit about you, you graduated from Josey High School in 1983.
That's correct.
And you were the class president, and you were voted Mr. Esquire. Now, for people who don't know, what exactly is Mr. Esquire? What is that?
Well, Mr. Esquire is actually, I guess you could say the equivalent to Miss Josey.
Okay.
You know, so your school queen. So I guess you could say I was like the school king.
Okay.
You know, and so back when I came out of high school, which was 1983, it was called Mr. Esquire. Now they call it Mr. Josey.
Got you.
Right. So yeah, that was the title that I held at. Yeah.
Got you. So for people who do not know, like, why is Josey, like, why is that school so special to you? Because I hear you guys always talk about how special that school is, but to you, why is Josey so special to you?
Well, it's special to me because, well, number one, you know, when I was growing up, coming up, you know, it was either it was one or two schools that you went to. You know, I'm just being honest. Either you went to Josey or you went to Laney. You know, and of course, me living in the neighborhood, coming up around the 15th Street area. I went to Josey High School, and so, you know, Josey's always been dear to my heart, will always be dear to my heart, you know, and so, you know, and of course, being a part of the magnificent Sonic Boom of the South, the band, which you don't believe was a great band back then.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, well, it's the truth, you know, because we don't have no video to show you guys, you know, because back then it wasn't all the cameras and all of that stuff, you know, but that was our pride, you know, and so that's why, you know, and plus also too, it's just a great institution, you know, I mean, educators, they loved us. They wanted to make sure that we were well educated and rounded and ready to go and become productive citizens in this community.
And you played the trumpet too. A lot of people don't know that as well. What drew you to that particular instrument?
Well, actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason I went to that instrument was because when I got to elementary school, I transferred from one elementary school to another, and I had some friends of mine who were that went to Southside Elementary School with me. And when we got to AC Griggs, which don't exist anymore, but when we got to that school and I transferred over, they were already in the band. And so a couple of my friends, that's what they were playing, the trumpet. And so I just said, well, you know, I want to play the trumpet too. And so I just came home and told my mom and dad, hey, I want to play the trumpet, and the rest is history.
And when I tell you all that he was the trumpet player, he was the trumpet player. Like it's a lot of stories that this man has about being in the band and playing. His trumpet was silver and everything. I used to play it at one point when I was in school, and yeah, it's a lot of stories with you being in the band for sure. You also are a Navy veteran. How was your experience like being in the service?
It was great. It was great. I joined the Navy in 1984, and I served for 7 years. I got a chance to travel, see the world, you know. But it was just it was a growing opportunity for me. You know, that was a time where actually I actually can say that I became a man. You know, and so. You know, I love that opportunity. I wouldn't change that opportunity. I'm grateful for the experiences, the friends that I made, and also just for the opportunity, just like I said, to travel. I was able to travel the whole Pacific, you know, and see places that I probably would have never been able to see, you know, on my own.
Awesome. And you have been married for 38 years. I'm saying this stuff like I don't know this, but I know all this stuff. But you've been married for 38 years. What, in your opinion, what do you think makes a successful marriage, or what is the key to a successful marriage in your opinion?
Hard work.
Okay.
Work. I mean, you have to work at it every single day. You know, I'm blessed and fortunate. I married my high school sweetheart, your mom, but even, you know, doing that, the 38 years, you know, we just have to work at it. You know, it's always work. You know, trying to. You know, give and take, you know, those sorts of things. Just things people have heard before, you know. But I really just think the bottom line is you have to have to put the work in,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you are a father of 6,
Yeah.
grandfather of 4.
Right.
I know this answer already, but talk about the difference between being a dad and then being a granddad.
You set me up.
I did.
Yeah.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah, you set me up on purpose. so the biggest difference is I get to send the grandkids home to their parents. That's the big, but no, seriously though, people always have said that when you have grandkids, it's a difference, and it truly is a difference because, again, you raise your kids, and a lot of times, especially me, we had, you're our oldest, and so me and your mom were very young when we had you, and there was a lot of things we didn't know about parenting. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think it's still a lot of things we don't know. We're still learning, even though you're 38 now. I ain't trying to tell your age, but you're 38 years old now, and but when you become a grandparent, it's just different. I don't know. It's just something about seeing a grandchild. It seemed like they just have a different place in your heart. Because I love all my kids, all of you guys. I love all of you, but the and y'all tease us all the time, me and your mom. They get away with stuff that y'all never would have got away with. And it's funny because when it comes to even the discipline, I hate to see when their parents discipline them.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I am.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of get in a quiet place, because I'm like, leave my baby alone. That's my baby. But it's just grandparents. Your grandbabies are just different. They're just different, and I really, it's hard to explain, but they just have a different place in your heart, and I don't know, maybe God created it that way.
Mm-hmm. What's the one takeaway from, like I said, because all of us are grown now,
right?
So what's the one thing that brings you joy about being a parent?
Watching you guys, watching you guys all succeed in what your dreams, your aspirations. I think a lot of times, because excuse me, one of the things I had to learn was that number one is you can't put your dreams on your kids, your dreams, your visions. You kind of have to learn the bend of all your kids, because all of you guys are different. All of you got different dreams, different aspirations, different gifts. And so, being able to watch all of you excel, because, you can attest to this, you were supposed to be a basketball player, growing up, and that's what the first gift I ever bought you was a basketball goal.
Right.
You remember that,
yeah.
Right? A little kid, and you were supposed to be my basketball player. And I can remember watching you dribble that little basketball all around the house and everything. And I was just amazed at how well you could dribble without even looking at the ball, and I never taught you anything. I just let you just gravitate to it. But all the time I learned, because you told me this later, that was your way of coming up with your stories and your movies and plays. All the different things that we're seeing now come to fruition was stuff that started way back in 87, 88, when we were stationed in Hawaii, living in Hawaii, and so, but that's the thing. I'm just so grateful to see all of you guys excelling and doing the things that you've been called to do, and I just want to be supportive of that.
And I just want to make it clear, I can definitely dribble the ball.
He can.
I can definitely, I can play basketball.
Yeah.
I know people probably don't believe that, but I can play.
Yeah.
So it's been a while though, but I can still get out there a little bit.
Okay.
You are also the pastor of New Creation Christian Church.
Right.
Now, when someone says they are called to preach or called to be a pastor, can you break that down? Like, what exactly does that mean? And what was that experience like for you?
Well, for me, I'm just going to speak on my experience and what I feel, but when I felt called to be a pastor, I felt the call to, because I felt God was calling me to, number one, be a good teacher, communicator of his word, also two, to be able to care for people. I think that's probably the main gift of a pastor, is to be able to teach and also to be able to be caring, a shepherd. But also too, I have an administrative gift. I'm a good administrator, and pretty much every job I've had, because I'm a bivocational pastor, meaning that I work outside of the church. I don't just do ministry full time. I work, outside of the church, outside of the ministry, and those gifts. But that's to me what I feel a person that's called a pastor. I think that should be their heart. Being able to teach the people, being able to care for the people, as well as being able to make sure that they're a good administrator of the church.
Absolutely. And New Creation has been here for 22 years.
21
years. 21, that's right, 2003.
Yep.
All right, I'm getting my years confused. 21 years.
21
How
years.
does that feel to have?
It feels good.
Yeah.
It really feels good. I mean, we planted the church back in, like you said, 2003. We tease about it. We have the slogan, we're the church that we'll love to have you if you can find us, because, in 21 years, we've never owned a building, a brick and mortar building. We've always rented space for our worship service. And the reason behind that has always been because I just felt like it was just too much overhead to have a brick and mortar building, and we could do more things with our resources, helping people, and that's, ministry work wise, than getting it tied up into mortgages and, upkeep and all of that stuff. So yeah, it's been exciting.
Absolutely. And so with that being said, for people who want to know more about the church, or like where we're located, because I'm a member of the church too, where we're located and all that stuff, can you please give us that information?
Yeah, sure. So we're located at right now, actually we've been there 8 years now. I think it's seven to 8 years we've been at our location now, but we're currently worshiping at Garrett Elementary School, which is located at 1100 Eisenhower Drive, which is right off of Washington Road, right in front of the Augusta National. And so we're there every Sunday, 9:00 a.m. And so we also have a website. If you want to go to our website, you can find us on at www.newcreationchristianchurch.org. We also have a church app, the New Creation Christian Church app. You have to put all of that in so you can make sure you pull up the right app, But those are the ways that you can, find us. And we have our services on Facebook Live every Sunday. So you can just go to our Facebook page, which is New Creation Christian Church, and you can watch us every Sunday morning, 9:00.
Absolutely. Last question for you. What's a piece of advice or an encouraging word that you can give to other fathers out there? Or what's something that you would want to tell young Kenneth as a father? Like what's a piece of advice you want to give?
That's a good question. I think I've already answered that. I think probably the most important thing that I can tell any father, or give advice I could give any father, is number one, learn your kids, learn their being. What I mean by learn their being, learn what their giftedness is, what it is, their dreams, their aspirations, and then be supportive of that, just be supportive of that, and so, that means, you got to make those recitals, make those performances, make time, you got to make time for that, and I know a lot of times we as dads, we get busy with work and with other things, but you have to take the time out to make time for your kids, and I've done that. I know I haven't done it perfectly, but I tried to make, because you all over the place, I mean, I can't be at everything. I know sometimes my wife, your mom be like, Kenny, you going? I'll be like, look, hey, I was just at the other week, I'm gonna take time out this time,
Yeah.
But that's it, just be supportive, learn your kids and then be supportive of them. I think that's probably the best advice and be patient. Be patient. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Dad. Thank you. Appreciate you for being here.
Thank you
for celebrating Black excellence, being Black excellence, and thank you for just being a great dad. We definitely appreciate you, all the hard work and sacrifice and the love that you've given me and all of your children, and now your grandkids.
Right.
So. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for being here on this special edition of Celebrate Black Excellence, our Father's Day edition. Yeah. And to all our fathers out there, I hope you guys have a happy Father's Day. And this is Celebrate Black Excellence. I'm Carlton T. Clay, where we celebrate Black excellence every day. Have a good one.